This is the morning weather briefing. This is for Tuesday, the 21st of March. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather, cold again this morning, but a big warm-up on the way. How about low 80s by Thursday and Friday? That'll feel like spring. But with the warmth comes the chance of strong to severe storms late Friday night into Saturday morning. And it might rain again before the weekend is over. So very active pattern setting up here. Let's discuss things. We'll start with the upper air look across the country early this morning. It is a zonal flow and a dry air mass here. We do note a few patches of light rain over parts of Arkansas, over toward Memphis early this morning, and we'll see some clouds over the northern counties of the state today, but they should be high and thin. The low levels here, very dry. We don't expect any rain today. So we've got temperatures that are at or below freezing over the northern half of the state. I think that Cullman 39 might be a mistake. They're probably at 29. Birmingham just above freezing at 34. Tuscaloosa, Anniston 32. And we've got 33 all the way down to Dothan. Montgomery with a freeze. Mobile at 38. But this should be the last freeze for the month of March. Now, we might have another one in April. We almost always have a meaningful cold snap at some point during the first half of April, which is why I always say wait until when to plant? April 15th, if you're over the northern two-thirds of Alabama. So we have a freeze warning this morning deep into South Alabama, down to places like Jackson, Evergreen, Greenville, Luverne, and Eufaula. And again, that should be the last freeze warning for a while. And back in the western states, winter storm warnings for parts of the mountainous sections of Colorado, Utah, Nevada. Also winter storm warnings in effect for parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota. No severe storms expected today. And then tomorrow, a marginal risk over parts of northern Missouri and some of the adjacent states. This is day 3, which is Thursday. We have a risk of severe storms over parts of west and north Texas. This is generally west of Dallas-Fort Worth. And then on Friday, we have a risk of severe storms defined for parts of the Mid-South and the Deep South, and this includes the northwestern part of Alabama, areas north and west of Birmingham. And keep in mind, this outlook extends through 7 a.m. local time Saturday. And this is for storms coming in here Friday night into the pre-dawn hours Saturday. We do note that the Weather Service in Birmingham, they have their whole county warning area in a severe weather risk. They've got a slight risk over to Montgomery and Roanoke. And we'll take a closer look at the situation and modeling here in just a second. Here's the rain for the next 7 days. A lot for the northern half of the state. Rain amounts for North Alabama generally between 2 and 3 inches. Amounts generally under 1 inch for the southern third of the state. So model fans, here we go. This is the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 4, and again, a zonal flow. And a dry day, we'll call it partly sunny with highs reaching the low to mid-60s. Still below average, but we're moving in the right direction. The average high for this date is 69 for Birmingham. And we know rain off to the west with the feature, and that could bring some rain tomorrow to Tennessee and just maybe some of the communities near the Tennessee state line. It might be a little rain, a few raindrops in the Shoals, Athens, Huntsville, Scottsboro, but the more meaningful rain should be north of the state. The rest of Alabama, dry tomorrow. Again, partially sunny with highs in the low 70s. This is Thursday. This is when we hit the warmth. Low 80s are likely. Yeah, buddy, it's coming back. And the day should be mostly sunny. And then Friday, the day should be dry. And again, low 80s are likely. We have rain off to the west. A surface low is north of Shreveport. And this is 4 a.m. Saturday morning. The surface low is approaching Indianapolis under 1,000 millibars and a batch of rain and storms coming in here. And again, this is global modeling. The timing will be adjusted, but it looks like a late Friday night, early Saturday morning event here. Now, this is the instability, and I will say I shifted over to the European here because it is more aggressive with the instability. It does show a nice surge of higher dew points and unstable air in here, certainly sufficient for severe storms. And this is the flash density product coming off the European, showing that band of storms coming in here late Friday night, early Saturday morning. We're getting closer to our 60-hour window when we're beginning to see the high-resolution convection allowing model data, like the HER and the NAM. So we're getting close to getting a better look at this, but I do think that our friends at SPC will probably expand this to look a little more like the Birmingham outlook for Friday night and Saturday morning. So just be aware, pretty much for much of the state will have a risk of severe storms. And most likely it's going to be a linear type event, meaning that the main threat will be from damaging straight line winds, but certainly wind profiles do support a few tornadoes within the line. So it looks like it's going to be an all-nighter in the weather office Friday night. So Saturday afternoon, it's all gone. The storms will end early in the morning Saturday, the sky clearing Saturday afternoon, and there's no cold air involved here. High should be well up in the 70s. Now, Sunday will start the day dry, but the models are now being much more aggressive with the next wave. So we're going to mention the sky becoming cloudy Sunday, and I think we need to mention a chance of rain now as early as Sunday afternoon, and there could be some thunderstorms with this. The air will be unstable, highs will be in the 70s, and that chance of showers and storms will likely linger into Monday of next week, and obviously we kind of need to get past the Friday night event to look at this, but it looks like showers and storms return now, maybe as early as Sunday afternoon into Sunday night and Monday, and maybe some strong storms. This is a week from today, Tuesday, March the, this is, hang on a second here. Here we go. This is a week from today, Tuesday, March the 28th, and we've still got thunderstorms about. So late Sunday, Sunday night, Monday, even into Tuesday, we'll have a chance of showers and storms each day. Let's go out 10 days. This is Thursday of next week, the 30th of March. Got a pretty good trough over the eastern states, and if this happens to be correct, we see a surge of colder air coming in here. 540 thickness line dipping down into the Tennessee Valley. This is rain for Birmingham off the European ensemble, the mean between 3 and 4 inches between now and the 5th of April. And look at those low 80s. This is the NBM, the National Blend of Models for Birmingham. Low 80s Thursday and Friday, then upper 70s for the weekend and early next week, then close to 70 by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And the latest 8 to 14-day guidance, this is for March 28th through April 3rd. Temperatures here will likely be above average if this forecast verifies. So on this date, March 21st, the year 1932, we had a generational tornado outbreak. And quite frankly, we really don't know how many tornadoes touched down. We really don't know how many people were killed, but it was bad. I would say this is very much like April 27, 2011, very much like April 3rd, 1974. These events here tend to happen once every 40 years. And of course, in 1932, there were no warnings, no watches, no communication that this was coming. And people just didn't know, and it was really rough. The central part of the state was really torn up, but we had tornadoes into North Alabama as well. Some of the hardest hit communities were in Chilton County, in Talladega County. In fact, this is a headline from the Talladega Daily Home showing the county storm dead at 24, indicating Sylacauga suffering the brunt of the loss. But back down into Selma, statewide, it was much like April 27th of 2011. In the way deaths were counted back in those days, it was very skewed, and we really don't know how many people died. If I had to guess, the death toll in our state was probably 500 or so. The official records don't show that. But that was one of those generational type events. We had February of 1884. We had this one, March 21st, 1932. And then we had April of 74 and April of 2011. And most everybody that was involved in this, of course, they have passed away. We've tried to accumulate as many stories as we could about that day, but it was clearly a rough one. I'll put a link to a YouTube story I did with a gentleman, Mr. Jack Latham. He was orphaned, and he survived that. He was in Chilton County down in Ryderville near Stanton. And a fascinating story. I did the interview with him. I want to say the year was 2006. But anyway, that was on this date back in 1932. Hey, we have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. Headed to Madison today, up in the Tennessee Valley. I've been on the road this week. Yesterday I was down in Robertsdale, near the Gulf Coast. Today, near the Tennessee state line. See the kids at Columbia Elementary School. Tomorrow I've got the Trinity CDC. That's at the Trinity United Methodist Church in Homewood, their kindergarten preschool program there. Thursday, Verner Elementary School. Hey, I went to school there in 5th grade. I'm from Greenville, but I moved to Tuscaloosa when I started 5th grade, so I went to Verner for 1 year, my old school. And then Snow Rogers Elementary up at Gardendale. And then Friday, I was scheduled to be in Iowa at the Central Iowa Severe Storms Conference, but due to the severe weather risk here Friday night, that's keeping me home. But I will be speaking to that group virtually on Saturday, which is not the preferred way of doing it, but again, it is what it is. So thanks again for watching. We'll be on ABC 3340 News this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a marvelous day, and God bless.